What's up, YouTube? My name is Erica Flores, and today I will be talking about the American Insurance Group accounting scandal. On the agenda for today, we will talk about the company backgrounds for both the American Insurance Group and GenRe, the review of financials for the American Insurance Group over the last 3 years, who was involved in this scandal, basically just focusing on the CEOs of both companies, and how the scam unfolded, the settlement between the American Insurance Group and the federal jurisdiction, and last but not least, the conclusion. So, a little company background on the American Insurance Group. It originated in Shanghai and then later moved to the United States, specifically New York. That's where it's headquartered. It is the largest insurance and finance company in the United States. Does business in about 130 countries, more or less, and it houses about 56.4 thousand employees. The current president and CEO is Brian Duperrault. He actually just took over in May 2017, so hopefully he can pick up American Insurance Group's revenues and net income. And during this scandal, Maurice Hank Greenberg was the CEO. Moving on to some background information on GenRe, one of the world's largest reinsurers. It's headquartered in Connecticut and currently owned by Warren Buffett. And during the time of the scandal, it was led by Ronald Ferguson until he resigned in 2002. So going forward, the American Insurance Group company financials. These are some financials over the last 3 years just to show you more or less where the company stands today after bouncing back from that accounting scandal. I'm not even sure you can say bouncing back. Net income loss for the year end of 2016 was a whopping negative $849 million. As you can see here, there's basically a loss in everything, which is pretty disappointing, but hopefully, the new CEO can get them going somewhere. Who was involved? So obviously the American Insurance Group and GenRe, a reinsurance company. But I want to look into the CEOs at the time. So Hank Greenberg, he's the CEO of AIG. He joined in 1962 and just 4 short years later became the CEO. He led AIG for about 38 years. The CEO of GenRe, Ron Ferguson, he joined in 1966, and then he was named CEO in 1987. He then later retired forcefully in 2002. And the judge, Elliot Spitzer, JD, he's a former Attorney General of New York. Notable prosecutions under his belt, he has quite a few. Some of the more popular ones include the mutual fund scandals in 2003, insurer bid rigging in 2004, the AIG accounting scandal in 2005, and then he was later elected governor of New York in 2006. Mind you, while he was running for governor, he was trying to take over this accounting scandal, and Greenberg actually believed that he won because of his position in politics. So going forward, the American Insurance Group under scrutiny. In 2001, the SEC learned that the American Insurance Group has assisted GenRe in bolstering its balance sheet through insurance transactions. This is when the investigation begins, suspicious activity comes up, and so the SEC is like, you know what, we have to start looking into this company. Of course, 2003 comes around, the SEC and Justice Department settle a $10 million civil penalty. Mind you, this is just a little penalty in regards to the grand scheme of things when it comes to this scandal. In 2004, the federal grand jury investigates the American Insurance Group income smoothing products. This is when a bid rigging complaint was filed against the American Insurance Group. So, they did some more digging. So now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, the scam. So basically what happened is that American Insurance Group structured 2 sham reinsurance transactions that were supported by GenRe between an American insurance group subsidiary and the GenRe subsidiary known as the Cologne Red Dublin. So basically, Greenberg asked Ferguson to temporarily transfer loss reserves to the American insurance group company. The amount went up from $200 million to $500 million. This was to occur by the year end of 2000 and last around 6 to 9 months. The deal between Greenberg and Ferguson was that it would be riskless and the American insurance group should incur no losses whatsoever. Well, that didn't work out for them. GenRe aided and abetted senior management in creating transactions with no economic substance. So they designed an unlawful purpose for achieving a false accounting effect on these financial statements. Without phony loss reserves, the American Insurance Group financials were plummeting, resulting in a decline in investors. So Greensburg was looking out for his company and looking out for investors, and really the root of the problem is greediness. So this falsely increased loss reserves and created some deceit to investors to project an unduly positive picture. They totaled a total of $500 million of fraudulent activity. Next, the settlement. So in 2004, the American Insurance Group revealed its earnings. In 2005, the American Insurance Group disclosed a deal with GenRe that revealed the amount should have been deposits instead of lost revenues. So here, American Insurance Group is admitting to their loss and saying, hey, you know what? Yes, we did mess up and we're going to change it. But, it's a little bit too late. In 2006, the SEC and Justice Department settled with an excess of $1.6 billion. They also agreed that the CEO and CFO must be replaced because obviously they couldn't trust them anymore. And they hit an alleged violation of 16 counts of criminal code. This included 1 count of conspiracy, 7 counts of securities fraud, 5 counts of false statements to the SEC, and 3 counts of mail fraud. So in conclusion, basically this is just wrapping up what they did to save their company. GenRe Corp, they agreed to pay $92.2 million to settle the charges by federal authorities and shareholders, while American Insurance Group apologized and agreed to pay a whopping $1.64 billion in settlement to the federal authorities and shareholders. And these are my references. If you have any questions, just comment below. Thanks.